Okay, so this is just a quick little video to clarify what you need to do on this form. So before we go on and think about what you need to do to be ready for the mock trial, both as a team and as an individual, you need to stop for a second and evaluate what you did in terms of your research. So on this form, you have what your goals were. These are not exactly the goals you had, but you had your note goal, your glossary goal, your number of resources goal, right? And it's on your form. And then all you're going to do is fill in this, right? So you're going to count the number of note facts you have. You're going to put it there, the number of glossary entries, the number of resources you use. In your case, they're all internet. We didn't do any print sources. So you would click for internet, just do little check marks in the boxes. And then the next part is your key findings about your topic. So these should be facts and not opinion, and they should be relevant for our trial, for the project that we're actually doing, not just general information. So the fact that he was a scholar would be relevant, especially if you were the defense. You might argue that Admiral Pliny understood volcanoes and understood that the eruption was severe enough that there was no way he was going to get to shore to rescue the people, no matter what he did. Number two, right, that he was concerned about the residents of Pompeii. He did try to rescue them. So, he made a valiant attempt. So that would be a second key fact. And then third, that he died as a result of his efforts. So he was a hero. A key glossary word might be asphyxiation, right? Because it's how he died, which means suffocation, right? And then finally, your future note goals, right? So what do you want to do in the future? So some possibilities, right? Maybe you want to focus more on the research questions. Maybe you ended up with, 5, 10 facts that didn't really fit into a category, right? Maybe you want to be able to put your notes in your own words more than you've been doing. Maybe you copied a little too much directly off the website. Maybe you want more shorter note facts or more focused note facts because it was hard to put them into categories. Or maybe you didn't pay attention to the rubric in terms of, how many categories should I have? How many notes should I have in a category? Did you check the rubric on that? Maybe next time you want to be sure that you're checking your rubric. So those are just some options for future goals based on how it went for you personally this time.